Ẹ káalẹ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa, mo kí wa níbikíbi tí a bá ní àǹfààní láti wà ní alẹ́ yìí. A kú dédé àsìkò yìí. Ifá àmútẹ̀ ti fẹ́ sùn nígbà tí mo rí fọ́nrán ẹ̀rín pa mí gan. Nigeria government wọn ò rí oore kan láti ṣe fún àwọn ará ìlú. Ilé bambú ni wọ́n náà fẹ́ máa kọ́. Ilé bambú tí a mọ̀ sí ọ̀parun òun ni wọ́n sọ pé wọ́n tún fẹ́ máa kọ́ fún àwọn ènìyàn. Nígbà tí mo wo fọ́nrán tí mo gbọ́ fídíò méjèèjì ẹ̀rín pa mí. Aparun bá gbẹ ó jójú pé kán da bẹtiró sí igi lọ. Tẹ bá rí ibi tó parun ti ń jó, ẹ̀rù á bà yín. Wọn ò wá rí nǹkan ṣe. Ìlú aparun náà fẹ́ máa kọ́. Wọ́n fẹ́ fojú ro China ṣe. Nǹkan tí ẹ lè ṣe tẹ fẹ́ máa dábàá ẹ̀. Ẹ fẹ́ kọ́lé ọ̀parun fún àwọn ènìyàn. Ẹ wo ilé tán kọ́ nílé alámọ̀. Ilé alámọ̀ jẹ́ àwọn ilé tó yẹ kó máa ń strong gan. In fact, according to wọ́n ní bullet ò lè wọnú ẹ̀. Ilé alámọ̀. Ẹ wo bọ́n ṣe fi iná sílé tán jó àwọn èèyàn mọ́lé ní Benue tí ò ṣe ń fi hàn, kò ṣe ń wò rárá. Fọ́nrán wọ̀nyẹn ò ṣe ń wò. Very dark man lọ́bẹ̀. Ó ń ka bí èèyàn 5-6 nínú yàrá kan tí wọ́n dáná sun wọ́n. Nígbà tí wọ́n láwọn ará bí nígbà tí wọ́n ya wọ̀lú, wọ́n wọ̀lú pẹ̀lú petrol lọ́wọ́ ni. Tó ń pa àwọn èèyàn mọ́ ní tó lè ń da petrol sí wọn. Ẹ̀yin ẹlẹ́fẹ́ kọ́lé aláparun fún àwọn èèyàn. A ti ń sọ fún yín pé kò sí àǹfààní kan tí wọ́n lè ṣe fún yín. Kò sí àǹfààní kan tí wọ́n lè ṣe fún yín. Màá fẹ́ kẹ́ jẹ́ ká wò ó sìn. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wo fọ́nrán yìí. Ẹ̀yin ènìyàn wa. Nigeria government ò láǹfààní tó lè ṣe fún yín o. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wò.
My people, wetin I wan talk now heavy for my mouth. It's coming in the guise of a good news, but if you look am very well, you don't even need to look am very well. No be good news at all. Because the federal government has introduced plan to start building bamboo houses for low-income Nigerians. It shock you, but yes, the federal government actually has introduced plan to start building bamboo houses for low-income Nigerians. That is to say that this is now part of the federal government housing initiative in order to help Nigerians that are yet to get their own house, low-income Nigerians that are yet to get their own house and all of that, for them to now have their own house. Now, come to think of it, of all kind of house structure, now bamboo house, like, is it this kind of bamboo? Or is it this other kind of bamboo? I don't really understand, like bamboo. Now, you know the irony in this is that this initiative is coming from the office of the Permanent Secretary of the Federal Ministry of Innovation, Science and Technology. Emphasis on innovation, science and technology. The question now is, what is innovative about this particular initiative? Because it does not just make sense. Are we making progress or are we retrogressing? Like, are we moving forward? Or are we going backward? Nigeria is a developing country, and so it means that any step we should be taking should be towards the development of Nigeria. So how come the government is now taking us backwards? Bamboo. I will not be surprised now if the next news you are hearing maybe by next month or next year is that in addition to the bamboo housing initiative, that it wants to start including mud housing initiative so that it can be more affordable for every low-income Nigerians. Like, can you just imagine? I they talk about they laugh, but are they vex? Are we actually making progress? It doesn't just make sense. Now, this is not coming from the state government or even the local government. This is coming from the federal government. What will it look like on international news when foreigners are now hearing that the government of Nigeria has initiated move to start building bamboo housing for its citizens? How does that sound on international report? Somebody commented that Does the federal government think that Nigeria is some kind of university final project? And the fact that this initiative is supported or coming from the office of the Ministry of Innovation, Science and Technology. What is innovative about this particular project? That is number one. They say, okay, that it's going to be an eco-friendly housing, that it's going to be affordable, it's going to be cheap because it is for low-income Nigerian earners. Now, these low-income Nigerians simply means people that are working under the government, that are civil servants. These are civil servants. The low-income Nigerians are not just talking about the unemployed or let's say the self-employed that is earning low income. No, the low-income Nigerians are actually people that are in civil service. So if, for example, at the end of your civil service, you are now retiring to a bamboo house, like what do you want to tell your generation? That the reward you got after your civil service year is a bamboo housing retire. Oh God. Guys, I'm not a for this Natasha. Like, what is your thought? Like, do not be surprised. Some people are actually being support of this, giving the federal government the support that sees that this is an initiative that tells well on Nigerians. But guys, like, are you in support or are you not in support? Forget to hear adult talk. Just give me your comment in the comment section. I'll go to the comment section to wait for your thoughts. Don't forget to like and share this video. This is Gist TV, and I'll see you in the next.
Federal government will not cease to amaze us. Tinubu, but no, they try, they try. This thing, I saw it really trending as headline news, and a lot of people are really getting concerned about that. How you go use bamboo build house for some Nigerians? Federal government says it will use bamboo to build affordable and durable smart houses for low and medium income earners across the country. The Permanent Secretary of Federal Ministry of Innovation, Science and Technology, Ms. Eswabana Nko Asaye, disclosed this. Why I am bringing this is that these people, then they undermine, they not care about what they happen to you and I. All what they care is, so far my family, everybody don't chop, belefu, drive the kind car, whatever. They don't care what happened to you. How you use bamboo, they build houses for low income earners for Nigeria. Say you want to give them bamboo houses, say na they cheap pass. You guys are too wicked. For real. What happened? We have other alternatives. We have a lot of them, a lot of alternatives out there. Why una not really subscribe to all those plans? Like, container houses, people, they build them container, they go use all those container where they carry goods, they come from this, they will use and make houses, and it's very cheap. So you say you want to use bamboo, so let me give you some of the things, although you will argue that it's kind of eco-friendly and all those kind of things. That is what, according to them, they said eco-friendly, that is one of the benefits. Low cost because it's cheap, lightweight because it's not heavy, low carbon footprint, and that is according to environmental, produces no carbon dioxide and all those kind of things. Flexible and strong when treated, and aesthetic appeal, thermal insulation. That is what they will say about all of these are the benefits. But the drawback is, one, pest prone. Is prone to pests. Insects go damage the bamboo. Another one is water damage. Water go damage the bamboo. Another one is highly flammable. Highly flammable. Another one is shorter lifespan. That bamboo not they last for some few years before you go down the rust, down the spoil and all those things. Another one is that it needs skilled craftsmanship. Yes, you can get all those ones. High maintenance. Is very expensive to maintain. And another one is not acceptable by building codes. You guys can actually weave the building codes to do this thing. But based on what I understand is that these federal government people, they not care about what they happen to you and I. That is something you got to have at the back of your mind. No Nigerian government is really meant to favor the people. The ones who go favor the people, they're not going to come into government. They're not going to allow them rule at all. That is something we got to understand about this. How you tell me say you go dey build houses with bamboo, they give to Nigerians? And these houses, you cannot give it to your children. Oh. You not go fit give them to your papa or your relatives as a politician, oh, but you want build them for people to live in. This is relatively expensive, highly flammable, pest prone, and different things. You know, they consider all those kind of things. And then, man, sometimes when I talk about Nigeria, I tend to like give up. We have other alternatives that they can actually explore that are cheaper. You know, locally made materials in Nigeria, they are cheaper, you know, to actually afford. Maybe you will say the cost of cement and all those things, but we still got locally made material that can really accommodate this. Why not explore all those things? Why just, you know, do something that is really awful? Man, these Nigerian guys, they're not care. Oh. So when you are voting a politician, no, don't really have it at the back of your mind. Say you want to make the politician do good to you someday. That is something I kind of understand about all of this, and a lot of people can really attest to the fact based on what they are seeing in Nigeria right now. Trending. Now, the same country we did when you know, president they buy a yacht for himself with 6 billion naira, different things, luxury cars, change the presidential fleet and all those things, aircraft, new aircraft. But when it comes to the matter that concerns the ordinary Nigerian, especially the low and medium income earners, these people, they don't really care. Look at civil servants, for example. They've not paid them like the arrears of their, you know, they call it palliative. They've not paid them the arrears. You know, the federal government go lie tomorrow. Civil servant go say, okay, no, we are going to protest. When they threaten protest, they go pay them 1 month. They go back again. So these people, this regime, this government regime, I seem to like, you know, understand them from a different dynamics. These people, they are self-centered and selfish. That is something you got to have at the back of your mind. Look at Reno Omokri, for example. That guy na anywhere belefis. Now anywhere where food day, na he day. You know, he go speak for you, go defend you, even though you be devil, he go become your advocate. You know, because food they there. Reno told us that, you know, the coastal road in Nigeria, the section 1 of it, that they said is a 30-kilometer completed and all those things, that he stood on the 30-kilometer mark and took a picture with Wole Soyinka and a lot of other dignitaries. Somebody went to investigate and find out that yes, it is not up to even 19 kilometers. Whether they talk say 30 kilometers, Renu don't lie. Instead of you to come out and admit that I actually this thing I goofed in this area, you don't go goof. You go start to defend them. Then they quickly call some PRO journalists together. You know what they did? These journalists go, they take other sessions where then they try to complete and all those things, add them together, add them to this session 1 and say, yes, it's completed, but 30 kilometers is completed, more than 30 kilometers, but it's not in a stretch. But Reno said he drove from the beginning to the 30-kilometer mark and then they took picture. But for real life, you can't drive to 30-kilometer mark. So now, instead of this guy to honorably, because now pastor them be for church, that is why, you know, most of these pastors, I don't respect them again. For real. Just pardon me for this. I don't respect them again. Now, this country we did, when pastor during Goodluck Jonathan, when one GO, that the GO, they carry placard, they protest. Goodluck Jonathan is this, subsidy, this, that, do, this. They do. The man. Now, so he come out for power. One of their own Porakpo member don't enter. Anything when he do, they go say, yes, if not for God approve it and all those things. Why would you want me to believe a pastor like that? So I don't believe them. So when you study the scripture on your own, you go understand. In our false prophet, now the many pass as that the Jews. So that is something I kind of understand about all of this. See what they are putting out. You know, saying that they are going to build bamboo houses for low income, you know, medium income class in Nigeria. That is quite disturbing. Who are the medium income class in Nigeria? Like the civil servant and all those things. Now bamboo house, they could live for hot, like say then they Even for their village, they're not fit live for those kind of houses. So that is what you want to build for Nigerians, man. I God. Man, this government is really a comic government. Now, comedy that they do every time. On this now, what is your own take? I want you to put your own comment in the comment section so that we can take a good look at what you feel. But I feel that the government for 2 years, they've not performed. So I can't give them any score yet. I'll give them 0/10. That is something I'll give them. They never do anything. They increase suffering and insecurity. It can't increase for this country. Cost of food is high that farmers, they cannot go to farm. That is another thing you need to understand about this. A lot of things happening. People are being kidnapped here and there. And this government is coming out to kind of bully Nigerians so that they could praise them for what? For Agbado, abi for Eko, for Ewa, Ewedu. Man, you disappointed me, Reno, and a lot of Nigerians politicians who are in this government. All they are concerned about is their family, their mama, their papa, their children. They will call their children. When I don't eat, so yes, okay, let Nigerian continue. That is what they are really doing. They are not concerned about what happened to you. So a lot of people, they come and say, Oshomole, they fight for them. Now lie. Oshomole don't fight for them. Now lie. Oshomole only fought because his own was really, really affected. Now, multi make him fight. He said they give him this thing. Yes, because you know why I accept him. If he accept him that time, people will record it and put it online. So he needed to use something to cover fees. So I don't believe all these politicians. Why they not fight all this while? Where airline they carry people money and do different things. Like till now, NG Ego Airlines, then still they owe me. A lot of people have been complaining online. Why they not fight for us? So forget about all these things. Don't trust any politician at your own risk. That is one thing I will say. But although we still get some politicians where they perform, like RSOT, I've been to Aba personally myself. I've been to Aba. We went for a project and saw a lot of things. That man, they do wonders for Aba because the improvement I saw before him and then now. So it's like massive. So we still got a lot of people actually performing to an extent.
Tọ́ ó lẹ́wu yẹn o, kò sí ọ̀rọ̀, kò sí àlàyé, kò sí nǹkan tá a fẹ́ sọ lé lórí ju pé kẹ́ ẹ dúró èròǹgbà yín lórí nǹkan tí ẹ wò yẹn. Ẹ ti gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu wọn, ẹ̀yin náà ẹ rí, ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ẹ̀. Drop your comment. Kò ní bàjẹ́ o, ẹ bá wa share ètò yìí. Èmi ọmọ yín náà ni Àkàlàmàgbò TV. Ẹ ṣeun.